At this point, with all the updates and the operation and the RMR capsules, we should just expect the unexpected from Valve. The Operation Pass didn't go on sale, the RMR capsules actually went on sale, and the case that we got after the update for the end of Operation Broken Fang ended with having the Broken Fang gloves in the case as well. Before I talk more about the investments with the Broken Fang case and the snakebite case and some other stuff, if you do enjoy this video, a like and subscribe will be greatly appreciated as it does help the channel out a lot, and links to my Discord and my Twitch are in the description down below if you're also interested. But moving on back to the snakebite case that was the newest case that's to be released with the update we've had a few days ago, the Broken Fang gloves are being used again in this case, so that means RIP to the Broken Fang case, as it's exactly like the Shutter Web case right now. If you did see the update once it first happened and you saw that the gloves were the same, then hopefully you guys sold it immediately, because the price did tank all the way down to 60 cents where it was at $1 beforehand, so a 40-cent deficit is pretty bad for the case, and I do think that it will take a long time for the case to actually recover and see some potential ROI on it. We are in the exact same situation as with the Shutter Web case a year prior, and right now I don't think the Broken Fang case is that much of a viable investment. Well, it is gone from like the drop pool as it is rare, since you could only obtain it through the operation itself, so you could still invest in it if you want, but I do think it is like not efficient as with other stuff that you can invest into. The Broken Fang case has hundreds of thousands of stock available on the market right now, and there's still tons more on third-party websites as well, so the fact is that it's just going to remain hovering around 60 cents for the time being, and it probably won't change that much for probably at least 2 years and up. There is just simply no point in purchasing the Broken Fang case anymore now that the snakebite has arisen, since it is part of the active drop pool, and as time goes on, the snakebite case will go down and decrease further and further in price to make it more affordable for people to actually open, whereas the Broken Fang case is more expensive and it's just inefficient to use your money on that case when you will get the same gloves from both cases. Now, there are standout skins from the Broken Fang case like the M4A1S Prince Stream, the Glock 18 Neo Noir, or the Op Exoskeleton, but you can just buy those skins directly off the market and you don't have to waste more money on the Broken Fang case when there will be a cheaper alternative in the future, the snakebite case with the same gloves. So hopefully you have already sold your Broken Fang cases that you've held onto if you did, but if you still have the Broken Fang cases, then I think it's just might as well just hold on to them. There really is no point in selling them at this point since they already are so low. Maybe they will rise back up again, just like how the Shadow Web case is slowly climbing back up bit by bit, few cents by few cents, so I don't think there really is any harm in just keeping the cases for now if you already have done it. However, keep in mind that it will be a pretty inefficient investment choice to make because the Broken Fang case will take a long time to actually recover and have a decent ROI on it. So if you do think that you can invest in other areas, then I do suggest doing that because there are just better opportunities and better investments out there compared to this case right now. And speaking of cases, on Reddit, the CSGO Market Forum subreddit in particular, there is word going around that the Prisma 1 case has been discontinued and moved to the rare drop pool. So who knows if that's true at the moment, given that it still is fairly recent and we still don't have enough data on that to be exactly sure, but there already is hype for the Prisma 1 case, and just a few days ago it was at its lowest point 3 cents, and now it's already boosted all the way up to 9 cents on the Steam market. So there really is hype going on with the Prisma 1 case, and keep in mind that I'm not exactly too sure if the Prisma 1 case is actually discontinued and in the rare drop pool, but I would say that it kind of makes sense that it is because there already is the Prisma 2 case, which has the same knives already as with the Prisma 1, so there really is no point in keeping the Prisma 1 in the active drop pool, given that there's just going to be 2 cases with the same knives in it. Every case in the active drop pool, whether it be prime or non-prime, all have a different set of rare special items within it, whether it be a different set of gloves or a different set of knives with different finishes. So it does make sense for the Prisma one to be automatically moved to the discontinued pool, as there isn't any need for the Prisma 1 case to be in any of the active pools at the moment. And with all this hype surrounding the Prisma 1 case, it's only natural that it is peaking currently, so I think it would be in your best interest to just continue monitoring the case itself on the market and to see where the price ends up in, since the price right now is just with the hype, so it's probably not best to just invest in it currently. Don't rush into it. There's still time, there's plenty of time, so just wait and see, and I do think that the price will dip soon after the hype has died down. And once that hype has died down and you will see the price decrease for the Prisma 1 case short after, I think it will be a good idea to invest some of your money into that case. It still is one of the cheapest cases available currently on the market, so you're not really losing out on anything. And if it is true that the Prisma 1 case is part of the rare drop pool, then the price that it will go to will only just go up from then on. The only standout skins I see from that case are the M4 Emperor and the Apotheris, so it is decent, and you also have the Horizon knives in the Doppler finishes, so the most standout knife within that case is the Talon knife, so it's 1 out of the 4, which is okay I guess, but regarding my own biases out of it, it still will be a pretty good investment for long term. But right now, like I said before, just wait and see where the price ends up in at the moment, since there still is a lot of hype and it's still very recent, so it's probably not in your best interest to just waste that money right now, and wait and see if you can get a couple of cents off from it and save that money and also get more cases in return. And the last investment area that I want to talk about that will be interesting for the future is Ancient. Now that Valve has confirmed that Ancient will be replacing Train for the competitive pool, it is interesting to see because we have an Ancient collection from the operation itself, so when the major does happen in October to November, will we have the same collection for Ancient, or will we have something different for the souvenir packages? Train will still be part of the RMR events, but Ancient will be replacing Train for the major, so we will have a souvenir package for Ancient itself. So I am very curious to see what happens for that. A souvenir, aka Panthera Onca, would actually be pretty sick, but I do think that Valve will probably make another souvenir collection for it, a new collection for Ancient than the Operation one, since I would think that the Operation is just special in terms that you do have separate collections for the Operation itself, making it more stand out. If the Ancient collection from the Operation would be added for the souvenir package, then that would pretty much destroy the investments that people have right now for the Ancient collection. But honestly, who really knows? We'll only know once we get to the major itself, as Valve has done a ton of unexpected stuff this year already in 2021. So we just have to expect the unexpected and see what actually happens once we actually get there. But overall, rip the Broken Fang case now that we have the snakebite case. I did not expect to have the Broken Fang gloves already right off the bat after the end of the Operation. I would have expected that to happen during the summer for the other case, but having it so soon is kind of crazy, but I guess they just accelerated the process, since I think it was inevitable to have the Broken Fang gloves in a case that was actually in the active drop pool. It is, after all, the third set of gloves. We only had 3 sets of gloves in the entire game so far, so that's not a lot compared to all the knives and different finishes, so I don't think it would have made sense to just make that rare in one case. And let's see where the Prisma 1 case goes as well. That will be pretty interesting to see. It'll probably be a good investment in the future, and we have another case that is cheap right now that you can invest in. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated, and thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. Have a great day. I'm Lightning, signing out. Peace.